Real quick, guys, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate you guys supporting the content. Thank you so much for 12,000, almost 13,000 subscribers. And at the start of this video right here, I started the recording a little late, but it was just me covering some like base guideline stuff for the start of our coaching session with Toast here. I was just asking like, what character do you play? How much fighting game experience do you have? And you know, like, what is your goal out of the coaching session? Stuff like that. Just to cover our bases and to understand where we're headed with the coaching session. But I hope you guys do learn something from this and enjoy the video.
Plat playing JP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's like boosted JP where I just spam my projectiles and pray to God I can knowledge check them, and it's really effective.
I see. Okay, that's okay. Knowledge checking is a pretty decent way of getting the ranks up fast. But I guess that would lead me to my next question. Like, what would be your like end goal? Like, what would make you satisfied for you to be like, yeah, like I just want to be able to beat my friends, or I want to hit like X rank, or you know, or is it just to pass the time for BoxJam Slam? That's fine too.
Yeah, I want to not be the worst player in BoxJam Slam because it's a horrible feeling to be the weak link on the team.
I see. So for the other slams, were you? Oh, sorry. Let me send you the code so you're not just like sitting there playing with your thumbs. But for the other slams, were you I guess like the seed 4 or the seed 5 for these slams?
Yeah,
or?
I'm usually bottom seed.
Okay, we can make you a secret weapon. Oh, I guess I can't send you any messages. Sorry, let me I'll add you real quick. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, we can make you like a secret weapon, you know, where they think you're like a 4th or a 5th seed, but you really know your character. So what character would you like to play in this game? I know you said I think I saw Darius in the chat.
Yeah, Darius.
Okay, cool.
He just seems the easiest to execute, and that's helpful for me. Like I like playing cheesy characters that projectile spam, but I think for this one, starting with something really
new,
forward. Yeah,
sure, we could definitely do that. What I typically like to do, I like to play 1v1 just so I can like gauge where you're at. Feel free to pick whatever you want. You can play Juggernaut Darius if you only play Darius, or if you've tried out other characters, feel free to, you know, slap on whoever you like. What do you play on? Do you play on like a keyboard? Do you play on a hitbox or a stick, or just a regular gamepad? What do you use?
I play on the Kitsune.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. We can definitely work with it. I guess it would make sense if I picked Darius here, wouldn't it? I didn't even think about it.
Oh.
Oh, that was actually good. Wait, okay, that was kind of good. That was good. Yeah. Wait, you actually did something really sick. I don't even know if you know. You did something that was actually really sick. That was actually very shocking. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to see if you have it seems like you do, but you have good situation recognition if you know what the situation is, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I was wondering if you would have.
Oops, wrong button.
Yeah, so right there you can parry if you see somebody just trying to like kill you on block. Okay. Almost. I actually don't know why that dropped.
Oh my god.
Okay. We're not gonna do too much of this, but I know what I need to get you to do. What I would like to know is, what games have you played before this, or what games do you like to just play in general, even if it's not competing or whatever? Like, what do you do? What is it that you play?
Are you familiar with Among Us?
Oh yeah, I like Among Us.
Yeah.
Among Us gamer.
I'm an Among Us gamer. And have you heard of Hearthstone?
Yeah, I've heard of. I have some friends that play Hearthstone.
Yeah, just treat me like a big nerd that plays strategy games.
Okay. Let's see what I can work with here. Okay, so what's important to me would be at least how I like to typically learn games. Well, you said you got the plat in Street Fighter, right? So it seems like you'd have some sort of like ability to like structure a game plan, at least like on a surface level, right? And I think I can easily teach you that with a character like Darius. So if you'll just follow me over to this training cabinet over here on the left, and I'll give you like a nice Darius 101, because I think what's important to me when I first learn any fighting game or whatever it is that I'm doing, or if you're playing a new strategy game or whatever, it's important to know what is your end goal, or like what's yeah, I guess what is your end goal, and then from there we can like work backwards, right? So are you familiar with Darius's bleed mechanic?
Yeah, makes them take chip on block.
Yes, perfect. So instead of, timing someone out or making sure you open them up with like a mix up or something like that, Darius also has a secondary win condition, or tertiary win condition, if you want to call it that, where you don't really have to hit someone with a mix up, whether it be like an overhead or a low or a throw, which I'm sure you're familiar with those terms. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So typically you want to make somebody up in fighting games like, overhead, low throw, whatever, to then take their life bar and, win the game. Darius doesn't have to do that because he can apply the bleed damage, which then can, help you win the game that way. So if you're going to be fighting against other new players on roughly your skill level, it is important to know, like, how do I get my bleed, or like how do I work backwards for my win condition of a bleed, and I'll explain that to you, because I know in the chat you were saying that you were pretty much winning through just strictly apprehend.
Yeah, like sometimes in low ranks, once you find a cheese move, you just spam it until people stop falling for it. So just spamming this. But I imagine once they get to a rank where people are actually smart, they'll start jumping it.
Yeah, they'll either start jumping it, or when they see the apprehend, if you just throw the apprehend, they can parry it.
Yeah.
That will happen if you're playing against players that are or they're decent, have the decent reactions. They'll start to parry it. The way that Darius can get his bleed, you do it with apprehend. So right there, you were doing apprehend into heavy, so that would give you the command throw, so you could jump that. But if you do apprehend into the medium instead, you'll get apprehend into bleed, and that's pretty good for him as well. So it's a way you can opt to end the apprehend series, I guess. And then also you have access to the apprehend overhead, but that's an overhead, and this is like a mix-up kind of thing. So the mix-up for Darius is really overhead, grab, or I don't really want to mix you up, I just want to get my bleed. You could do any of the three.
Yeah.
So I guess for now, like what would work early for you, and then we can like continue based off of whatever it is you think, is obviously you could just spam the apprehend until they show you that they can deal with it. And then once players show you that they can deal with the apprehend mix-up that you're doing pretty much on hit or on block or whatever, we can start going to our second game plan, which again I'm going to teach you how to get bleed again without allowing players a way out. So that's the thing about fighting games that all top level fighting game players try to do, is try to get my win condition while giving my opponent as least amount of opportunity to counterplay it as possible. With Darius's S2, if you do S2 into S2, you can get the bleed that way if you're at the max range. But the problem with this, if you just want to do it again, the problem with this is that there is a gap in that, so that can also be parried. And if you do it one more time, you can also just sorry, I mistimed it. Oh, hello. There you go. You can level 3 through it. So these are just like kind of happy accidents, right? Like if you're playing against somebody that doesn't really know what's going on, they're like, oh, I'm mashing level 3 versus Darius, they can beat you. Or you find somebody that kind of knows the counterplay, they're like, oh, I can parry this, right? Then you'll then have to opt for something that I like to do, which is forward S2 into S2. This is so forward S2 and to let go of hold, perfect, just like that. So the reason that we do this is because it allows less counterplay than the aforementioned S2 into S2, because this has a gap. So if we leave a gap, we leave a chance for our opponent to counterplay us and beat us, which we don't want. So instead we just opt for forward S2 into S2. And this puts the bleed on our opponent without having to give them an opportunity to parry or to super or to jump or anything. You can't do anything about it. So if you just block and just try to like square them out after it or whatever, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, perfect. You just can't do anything. You just kind of have to hold it, right?
Yeah.
But this one thing about the forward S2 into S2 is that it is kind of contingent on the fact that your opponent is far enough away for it to work. So if you're too close, if you just start blocking, I guess I'll start blocking and I'll let you do it. Yeah, you see I'm too close and it didn't work. Like I did not get the bleed attached to me. That's because I need to be a bit further away for it to work. So it'll take a little bit of situational awareness on your part. Yes, right there, that didn't work. So working backwards from understanding that we want forward S2 into S2, it's now important that we know a block string that would give us this situation. So a simple block string, given your opponent doesn't do anything, right? They don't push block or retreating guard. A simple block string would be stand medium, crouch medium, heavy. So just try that real quick. Stand medium into crouch medium into heavy. Yep. Try one more time. Yep. Perfect. And now after stand medium, crouch medium, heavy, I want you to do forward S2 into S2.
Okay.
Oh, almost. Almost. You're close.
Oh man, I'm doing this thing where I'm like mashing my button, and I think it's registering my forward, even though I'm trying to let go of my forward ahead of time.
Yeah, you only need to. The only time you would need to just press forward is for the S2, because the other inputs don't require a forward input. So this just requires like a forward plus this, and just let go and just tap S2 again. Yep, just give it a nice try. Almost. You just you took out the heavy, but almost. Nice, that was perfect. Nice. I want you to do that a couple more times, just to make sure you're comfortable at doing it.
Nope.
Oh, took out the heavy. You need the heavy there.
So, how's the chaining system? Like in Street Fighter, I feel like, or especially Tekken, I feel like I can like really mash my combos as it progresses, but like for this combo specifically, it feels like if I'm mashing, it's remembering all my mashes and just.
Oh yeah. Well, for this game, you just have to at least wait for the startup of whatever move it is that you're doing before you proceed into the next one. Like I'll turn on the input so you can see. So data, would it be data display? No, would it be data? It would be something else. Show the input display. Yeah. So, oh, not this one. Sorry. What is this one? Oh, input history display. There we go. So if you just look at my inputs on the left, I'm going to input the combo or input what I'm telling you to input as fast as possible. Like, so right there, you see I did starting from the bottom reading up, I did stand medium, crouch medium, heavy into forward S2 into S2. But when I actually did it, my heavy did not come out because I was pressing everything too fast. So if you just kind of give it a little breathing room, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like just a calm pace would do just right for this, right? That would be perfect. So if you wanted to give it a try again, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5.
Nice. There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oops.
Almost. You just didn't get the 4. That's 2, but that was very close.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice. There we go. One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Beautiful. I love to see it. Nice. The inputs look good too. I would want to clean up just how many times you're pressing it, just so you're confident in what you're doing. But it's okay if you like, if you're mashing it and that's how you like to input your inputs. Sure. But I am always a fan of clean inputs.
Gotcha.
But I think if you just get the job done regardless, it's okay. So again, since we are working backwards from our win condition, remember I was telling you we want to get the bleed. This is a block string that I just gave you that would allow you to apply bleed on your opponent, regardless of, like, if you're very close to them, this will give you the proper distance to get a bleed on block. Now that does not apply for, like, obviously on hit. So if I end up getting the hit, I have to change it up and then realize I got the hit to then change my combo to a hit confirm, if that if it does hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have any questions or if I'm not making sense, please feel free to let me know. I would love to elaborate.
That makes sense to me.
Okay, nice. So if you were to, like, if I'm like, okay, the situation that I recognize or what I want to do is get my bleed. Oh, my opponent got hit. Okay, I have time to react to my opponent getting hit to then switch and do the combo that I would like to do. This is pretty much what fighting games is all about. It's like, okay, I'm going for this one situation. Oh, the guy got hit. Okay, let me like swap my brain patterns to then, you know, go into something else that would give me an even better situation, aka a combo and some more damage, which would then give us our win condition, aka taking the rest of their life bar. So I guess this is the point. At this point, I taught you a block string, but at this point I'll be teaching you a combo. So the combo with Darius, I'm unsure of how deep to go with his combo routes with you as of yet, so I think I will leave it pretty simple and straightforward for now. But if I see that you can handle a stronger or like a better combo, then I will definitely be more than open to teaching you. But we'll start off easy.
Can I show you the one combo I know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go for it.
I only practice from the left. So off any
no, I hate that. It's okay. We'll
any medium or low medium.
Well, that's great. That's a great foundation to have. That's a fantastic foundation to have, actually.
I try not to use any lights because I feel like it's much harder to use lights in this game in a combo. I feel like I drop my combos way more if I'm trying to weave in my lights here and there.
Yeah, a character like Darius as well, the range that he plays at, I think he just typically plays at medium range. So it's good to just pretty much just press. I'm not gonna say exclusively mediums on him because it is important that you press like 2L every now and then, right? Like sometimes it's good to like check with this, see what they're doing. Oh, they got hit. Let me go for my combo. That's always good to do. But that was a great combo that you just showed me. But I am going to give you homework because I would like for you to be able to do it on both sides. But for now, that'll do. But I'll show you a couple of combos that I know. So you kind of did what you did this, and then you did so something like that, right? I was like, but you did medium heavy. You're actually on the right routing for the semi-optimal combo, so it's pretty much the same thing that you did, but we would just be opting for the same, like we would be doing the same thing pretty much, but we just want to opt for apprehend at the end of the combo instead of the jump light medium heavy. And I'll show you why, just so we have an understanding. So if you go for apprehend, you can go for the choke slam and then super and keep them in the corner. So this is good because the route that you did, not a bad route by any means, but it would pretty much, like if you were to try to kill your opponent, it would cause you to take them out of the corner. We don't want that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we want to give ourselves the as many options as possible. So with that in mind, we're gonna go for the same combo you did. So it'd be light, medium, medium, heavy 2H into drag down. So medium, heavy 2H drag down, and then we're gonna do 5H, 6H, apprehend. And on the apprehend is when you get to make your decision. So the decision that is being made here would be just light, heavy. Do I want to apply bleed and then super? I can do that, but it would side swap at the end of the combo. Instead, I could do grab into super, which would keep them same side, but it does not apply bleed. I could do apprehend into headbutt, and this is good because it grants me limit strike. And are you familiar with what limit strike does in this game?
Ends the combo, but you get break bar and alt bar.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. So to have the opportunity to opt for a limit strike ender is really good. And also, you have another option on the ender. You could just do 5H, 6H, and do the S2 super, which would give us our bleed as well. This is pretty much the option that I would tell you to opt for most of the time, because obviously getting bleed and keeping your opponent in the corner is like the best of both worlds. It's really what we want. So I would always opt to tell you to do that. But there's other situations where, like, let's say like I'm fighting back to the corner, I'm fighting myself out of the corner, right? A good situation to do here, or a good ender here, would be bleed into S1 super, because it would then put my opponent in the corner plus give them the bleed. So that would be like the most optimal ender I could go for, right? It's kind of situation dependent, which is why I wanted to work backwards from our win condition, which is kind of what I spoke to you about before, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. So do you have any questions for me?
Can you show me the bleed super, the one that you recommend ending with?
Yeah, absolutely. It is the S2 super, so you just press S2 plus light, S2 plus medium, or S2 plus heavy. But if you're asking how to end the combo with it, it's really just like heavy super. That's it. It's kind of like it's the same combo that you do. So I'll let you do the route. So you'll be doing. Sorry.
So you skip the second apprehend.
Yeah, you just skip the second apprehend. You don't have to skip the second apprehend, because you can still do it. You can do 5H, 6H, apprehend, super. Like, that does work. But I think, yeah, I just think for the sake of it, like, because there's like happy birthday situations or whatever, like I just do 5H, 6H, super. But you can do the apprehend into super. That does work as well. Like, it's no harm in doing it. You actually get a bit more damage. Yep, just a slight. No, that was perfect. The only thing you just have to do is just slightly dash up, yeah, before you do the end of the combo. Perfect. Nice, that works. That was great. Nice. Do it a couple more times. You did it on player 2 side too. I'm proud of you. Do it a couple more times.
Oops. Oops.
That's all right. Nice, there you go. Perfect. That was all a true combo too, so you didn't drop it. That was great. Now do it one more time.
Oopsie.
Nice, there you go. That's fantastic. This is great. We're working really well here. That's really good. And this is something that is really important to know about playing your character. It's just kind of understanding, like, oh, okay, it's like, did I hit them? Okay, I'm going for this. Oh, they blocked. Okay, I'm going for this. But I do have another route to show you, if you're willing.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So with Darius, his forward S2 is something that you're going to be using a lot because it's useful for combos. It's useful for block strings. You're kind of just always going to be using this in a lot of different situations. In a mid-screen situation, where, because there's sometimes where you hit your opponent and you're not going to get the best route that you want. So like here, I can't get 2H, right? Like there's some ranges where I just can't, like, damn, 2H just won't hit. Maybe I could do the heavy, and then after that won't hit. But pretty much in all of these situations, you will be able to get forward S2. And forward S2 pretty much not at all ranges, because there's some ranges where you can't pick up after it, but at decent ranges where the 2H would whiff, there's a world where you could still get a combo here with 2S2. And then you could do some really cool stuff with Darius afterwards.
Yeah.
So I know I just kind of showed off the combo without really saying much about it, but trust me, I'm gonna break it down bit by bit. And I'm not gonna have you do that combo. I think that combo is a bit too tricky at the moment. So I'll have you do something much more simple. But it is important to know that, okay, like, hey, I got my hit. I'm gonna go for a forward S2. So I want you to try it. Just do like medium heavy forward S2, or medium crouch medium heavy 2S2, however you want to do it. Just try to opt for a 2S2 on the hit here, or forward S2. Nice. I just want you to do just the one forward S2. We're gonna break it up bit by bit, so just work slow here. We just do the 4 hits. Yep, the 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Right. 1, 2, 3. Nice, perfect. Just do it one more time, just so we're comfortable with what we're doing. Nice. And even if you like take out one of the other mediums, you could do that as well. So if you did do 1, 2, 3, that works as well. It's also slightly better for the combo because the less buttons you press for the forward S2, the closer it keeps them, which is really important. We kind of want them a bit closer on hit. Because I know we spoke about on block, we want them further away so we can get the bleed, but on hit we want them as close as they can be. So it would be like 1, 2, 3, and I know I just told you to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, but just 1, 2, 3, and then they're close, and you'll press medium again. So medium heavy again. Let's do that. So yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So just medium heavy forward S2, medium heavy.
Okay.
Almost.
Oh. You're trying to figure out the timing right here.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a timing thing, but you'll get used to it. Go for it again. Nice. Do it again.
Are you when you do this combo after your forward S2, are you spamming medium or do you just know the timing?
No, I know the timing, so I don't spam it. But I think there's no harm to trying to spam it here. I think there might be it's probably not good to spam it here because you might end up missing the timing. But I can teach you when I press the medium again. I look at my opponent and I look for the spin. Like once they finish spinning, then that's when I press my medium again. But if you wanted to look for another visual cue, that's fine too. Like, so let's say we look at Darius, for instance. Whenever Darius returns his hand back to the axe is when you could press the medium, or his second hand back to the axe when you can press the medium. Whatever you want to look at, like whatever helps you do the combo. Like there's no way to go about this 100%, but nice, you got it again. Almost.
Does spamming it cause a lockout, or am I just really missing the?
I think you might be missing the timing. I don't think spamming it causes a lockout by any means. I think you're just missing the timing, which is why I don't like the spam, because like if I miss the timing, then like by spamming, I would rather just be comfortable understanding where I can press instead of like just spamming it. Because when I was spamming it just a second ago, I missed it as well. But there should be a not a buffer. I think there's buffers on some, but there could be a buffer here. But I don't think there is a buffer here, unfortunately. Nice. Okay, so you got it there. Nice, you got it again. All right. Okay. No, I think you're doing great, by the way. This is great. So I want you to do it one more time, and then we'll move on to the next part of it, and then we'll see if we can get it. Nice. Perfect. So this is good because it puts them at the distance that we want bleed, because then you'll, again, everything that I'm teaching you is trying to work backwards from our win condition that I spoke about earlier. I know I keep saying win condition, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we get it, but it's important. So I'm just trying to work backwards from there. So this combo, the reason that we're doing this is because it would give us the situation that we'd like, which is the bleed. So whenever you get the medium heavy after the second part of this combo, you kind of repeat the process again. So medium heavy forward S2, medium heavy forward S2, and then you do neutral S2. So it would look like this, like that. So you kind of just repeat the process twice, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah.
So what happens here, and in the corner, this is actually his optimal like routing. So you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then afterwards you can just do a simple ender like that. So it would be medium heavy forward S2, medium heavy. I dropped it. This is something I still even drop sometimes, so it's okay to drop this. But once you get accustomed to it, you'll be perfectly fine. But again, the same enders apply that we spoke about last time. You know how we were doing the mid-screen corner route where I was teaching you the same thing? Yeah, the same corner enders apply here, so off of this combo. Again, you don't have to do this combo. If you wanted to just stick to the other route, like that still 100% is fine, just for the sake of your brain, so you don't have to learn 2 different combo routes. But if you wanted to dive a bit deeper into Darius, I'm just showing you this to give you the opportunity to do so.
Gotcha.
So again, medium heavy forward S2, medium heavy forward S2 into S2, and then afterwards it would literally just be medium heavy forward heavy into like pretty much the same ender that we did last time. Yeah, so I'll let you work on this. Would you prefer to do this on player 1 side?
Yeah.
Sure. But your homework is going to be player 2 side stuff, but we can do this right now.
It was medium heavy for S2, medium heavy for S2, medium heavy for...
Yep. We could just work on that as like a singular part in the combo. So like medium heavy forward S2, medium. Yep, perfect. You had it there. Yep, nice. You had it. Slightly quicker. Also, if you're ever not comfortable with doing any of this, we could always like do something slightly easier, like for consistency's sake. I would rather you get, like, if you do get a hit and you can recognize that, I would rather you get a little bit more damage consistently than trying to go for something that you're not comfortable with. But I believe in you, and I think you can do this.
Yeah, man. Timing the second medium is... Yeah.
Wait till I show you the throw combo. You're gonna be like, nah, I hate this. Throw combo is gonna be good. Nice, that's beautiful. That works too, because you can do that on hit as well. So if that even if that's a happy accident for you, that still will give you the same ender. So that's perfectly fine.
Gotcha. So there, I just spammed. Just S2. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that would make my head a little easier if I don't have to go for it. Okay.
Absolutely, go for that then. If that would make it easier for you, I would 100% recommend you do it.
So.
Yep. Perfect. Now do it one more time. Nice. There we go. Okay, sick. You're doing a great job. Now, do you think you're ready to handle the ender of the combo?
It's just I do that so you get slumped, right?
Yes. Then I would be on the wall, and that would be a wall slump. So,
okay.
The end of the combo there, it would just require you to do dash up, and then after you dash up, you would just do medium heavy forward heavy into your ender. Does calling it the ender make it easier for you to remember? Because it's just it's literally apprehend series into whatever you want, right? It just medium heavy forward heavy apprehend it to super, or medium heavy forward heavy apprehend it to grab, or apprehend it to headbutt, whatever you'd like. I'm just calling it the ender because it's what you're familiar with, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so I need to do this. Nope.
I would just if it would make it easier for you, I would just recommend. Oh, okay, no, just be the goat. Just go for it. Okay, no, you almost had it. Wait, that was so good. Okay. I was going to take it a bit slower and tell you to just opt to go for the enders, to just do like medium, heavy, forward heavy, and super, just so your hands are comfortable doing it. So when you tie it together at the end, it'll make sense in your brain. But it seems like you already had it, so I would say just say go for it. Nice. That was very close. That was very close.
Oh, am I supposed to be dash canceling my second S2?
No, you don't have to. Like,
oh no.
No, you don't have to dash cancel anything.
Nope.
Nice. Ah, close.
So I gotta just start dashing and then go straight for the video.
Here, one thing I will tell you really quickly that this is the funny thing about fighting games, that sometimes being lazy or like trying to be comfortable kind of bites you in the ass. So here for the combo that you're doing, it actually is slightly harder to get the dash up. Not harder, but like you're just slightly further on the dash up than you would be if you just do forward S2, S2. So right here, just look at where I'm standing compared to where you are. This is the route that I told you to do. And then if you do the quote unquote lazy route, the one that you want to do that's just easier for your hands, you're slightly further away. So it kind of makes the dash up. Like you got to make sure you get the ground before you press your button. If that makes sense. Yeah, so like if you want to take the cheat, like the cheated way out in the beginning part of the combo, they kind of make you make up for it by like doing the dash up a bit further, which honestly it's not a big deal because you could do it either way. Like they both work, but there's some niche situations where it kind of does matter. So in a situation like this where I'm like full screen really far away, like that's hard to pick up, right? But if I do it like the combo that I was telling you to do and I'm a bit closer, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to get the pickup. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so that's why I was trying to teach you the route that I was teaching you earlier. But if it's easier for you to do it this way, I would always recommend it.
Nice.
That's fine too. If you just want to get some damage in, that works. That's still a successful combo in my book. That's a very successful combo. Nice.
Oh, I went for the low. Yeah.
No, it's okay. There's some things that still do work regardless. Like I believe if you just do the low by accident, right? Like you just did like here, that still works, right? Like it's not the game's not too strict on what you can and can't do, as long as you are like relatively quick about ending your combo. One, the hits and scaling is high.
Yeah. Okay. Where did I drop it?
You didn't press your so you did 2M and you just did 6H. You didn't press 5H. But I can't. That probably is like, oh, it probably still kind of works. Hold on, let me see. I want to see if you still like sort of mess it up, but it still works. Yeah, it will still work even if you messed it up, or like quote unquote messed it up, because you just didn't do the extra hit, which you don't need to do. You could just do the 2M 6H. So that does still work. But the route that I'm telling you to do is just like extra hits for a little bit more damage, a little bit more meter. But the way that you did it, you can still do it that way.
Also memory of doing the low hit.
Yeah, that's why I think just tagging on the ender, like just doing a couple hits into the ender, or just practicing the ender, is important. Just so your thumbs or your hands are comfortable with doing it. Sorry. Yep. Nice. Nice. A little bit faster, because when you make sure it's a little bit faster. Yeah, it's funny because you were just doing it. You're like, I got there, and you know, you're right there though. You just put them backwards. You did the 6H and then the 5H, which I didn't even know you could do actually. One thing I did want to tell you about Darius is bleed. Is that basically to get the slump that I just kind of showed you, it's dependent on the bleed being there. So, but let's say you apply the bleed on your opponent, like on block. Like let's say we're mid screen and you just block this out real quick. Just block. Yeah. Right. You have bleed on you, and then I get you in the corner. Because you have bleed on you, the route that I just showed you, you actually don't have to do all of it. You can just kind of like, if you just get hit here, you can just kind of omit a lot of what I told you to do before and just kind of take the easy way out if you wanted to. Like if you're in a like real high stressful situation, you know the next hit is gonna kill. You're like, okay, I'm not gonna do the full route because I know this will kill them, so I'm gonna just keep it easy and just do this. Like you can do that as well. So basically what's happening here is I'm like cutting out the first half of the combo that I was telling you to do, where you do like the forward S2 into this and this, right? I just cut that out because they have bleed on them. This only works if they already have bleed on them. So if you just like, oh, they got hit, let me just do my wall slump move into my ender, and yeah, right? So does that make sense? You can just kind of like cut out, you can cut out like the extra part of the combo if you have the bleed on your opponent already, and it stops you from having to do the execution check or the spacing check of making sure that you're not too far away to hit the medium after the forward S2, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So right now we've been like trying to figure out ways to apply the bleed. And I know like what it does, but does that change how we play or what we can do to our opponent?
Yes.
Like if my opponent has if he has a bleed, I assume anything that involves like a long block string would be good, because even if he blocks everything, he's just constantly taking trip.
Yes, that's a fantastic question actually. So let me apply bleed really quickly so I can just kind of show you here. So now that I have bleed on you, just sit there and block. So typically chip is only applied on special moves in this game, but bleed allows you to do bleed on like just normal attacks now, and this goes for not only me but assist, and also so I guess for this I could show you by tagging, or sorry, I won't tag, but I'll change my fuse real quick so I can show you, so I can kind of answer your question. This Yasuo Darius freestyle, this is a team that I actually play. So in a situation where you do have the bleed on you, and let's just hold block, right? I just want you to hold block, and I'm gonna do like a quick block string, right? Tag in my assist, do another block string, tag to this guy, do another block string, tag back into this guy, another block string, and then a super to just, you know, put the nail in the coffin. And you took about 40%, almost 50% of your life in just strictly chip damage. So that does change how we play, especially in a 2v2 situation, because we're going to be playing with a teammate. So our teammate, if they properly call their assist, and you know, if you tag into your teammate at a, you know, a proper time, your teammate can then add on some extra damage with the bleed. So it's really good for just killing, like quite literally just killing people on block. It has some other added benefits as well, but it's a slightly more advanced, so I don't want to talk about that just yet unless you feel like you're open to hearing.
No.
Yeah, so we'll just keep it basic for now. Now I'll spare you the monologue about fuzzy mix-ups and overheads and force stand and all that. So we'll just leave it at more damage on block and more damage on normals, and we are having fun because we're playing Darius, right? Okay.
Yeah. One thing that will help me a lot is, so I kind of understand. Oh, if my medium connects, I can do like, I have an idea.
Right.
So right now, for my lows, I'm always very scared to get close because I feel like if I get close, they usually jab me out. Like if I try and run up, they just jab me. So I'm always trying to think what my low medium options are, and it's like,
Oh, I see. Like you're okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So 2M is a good thing to go for with Darius. But I think like the space that you're playing at, it depends on what button you press. But with Darius, if I'm at like really far ranges, like kind of out here, I like to think about every character like this, by the way. So I guess we'll break it down to you like this. From round start, I like to acknowledge or think about what moves my character has that can compete or contest with the round start distance of a fighting game. This goes for every fighting game that I play. So if I'm playing Street Fighter and I'm playing JP, maybe my Pierce will hit round start, right? Maybe that's a move that hits round start. Maybe my sweep will hit round start if I'm playing JP or whatever. But in this case, we're playing Darius. So with Darius, my 5M does not hit round start. My 2M doesn't hit round start, but my 5H is just outside the range of round start. So if I do like a slight dash up 5H, that'll hit. And then we start to get to the things that actually do hit or can connect at a round start distance, which is apprehend. It's S2, it's forward S2, and it would be sweep. Like these are just like my threats, I would say. So I just like to play my character within my threats. So with this in mind, you can think of the reward that you get off of all the threats. So off of the sweep, Darius can get like a knockdown into a super, right? This is something I can do. It's not terrible by any means to go for, but sorry, I didn't realize you were going for it. Go for it.
Is this always guaranteed? Because I noticed if I do this, like I can't do my back, my
that doesn't work. Yeah, but this would, with keeping in mind that like you understand what buttons that you're pressing, you're like, okay, I press sweep, I know that I can go into forward S2 off of sweep. So you just forward S2 to go off of sweep because you press the button, right? Like you press this, like just imagine that you like are not mashing just any buttons on your controller. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go for sweep, and if sweep hits, then I'll be getting this. You kind of have to like, it's a bit of strategy with your button presses. I know fighting games can kind of seem a little bit daunting with so much happening on the screen, but I think you just have to be like solid in your own decision making and in your own button presses to be like, okay, I'm pressing this button and I'm going to do this as the follow-up, whether it hits or whether they block it or whatever. I think just committing and understanding whatever it is that you press to understand what happens next, like the situation after, which would be forward S2 S2 in this case, if that makes sense. But sorry, continue.
I feel like I definitely need to stop mashing so much, because I think it makes things feel more chaotic than it really is.
Yeah, exactly. Fighting games typically have a lot of control. Fighting games are games of situations, and in said situations there's always like a different branch of outcomes depending on the timings that you or your opponent does whatever it is that you decide to do. It can be very strict in some situations. If you're playing a team that can kind of hold somebody still or force someone to do something, it can feel very strict and be like, oh damn, what do I do against this character? It's a thing that happens a lot. Like people are like, oh, this is so broken, I don't know what to do, because typically you're getting put in a situation and you have to deal with it. But whenever you button mash and you're just kind of like letting stuff happen, that's when a lot of randomness starts to creep in, and it can feel overwhelming and very like a very daunting task to fight against an opponent who's also doing the same thing. So like if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep spamming sweep and pressing whatever buttons on my controller, and my opponent is also just pressing anything on their controller, we're just gonna have a lot of happy accidents back and forth, and we're never gonna really know like what we're supposed to be doing. But if you can put them in situations, aka make them block or get a hit and end the combo in a situation where I understand what's happening next, it can kind of really like take away a lot of the ambiguity, I guess, for lack of a better word, like of a fighting game where you're not really sure what's happening next, right?
Yeah.
But I don't believe I fully answered your question off of the mix-up things that we were talking about before, like what to do, or you're saying you're scared to get close. This kind of ties into the situations thing that I'm talking about. So like in ideal world, you're playing this game with an assist. So as Darius, if I don't feel comfortable getting close, that's fine because I have decent range, right?
Yeah.
I can play around I can play around my S2. I can play around my forward S2. I can play around my sweep, right? These are all things that I can play around from range as Darius. But I would feel comfortable getting close if I allowed my assist to touch my opponent's block. If you're playing with an assist, which in this case you would be if you're going to be playing in the slam, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking to your teammate. You're like, hey, like I'm gonna try to dash in here in a second. Call your assist. Dash in. They call their assist. In a good world, like they blocked it, and then you could feel comfortable getting close and trying to hit your opponent then.
Got it. Okay. I know there's a Teemo player and a Jinx player in my elo. I got matched up against Teemo in casuals, and it just felt like I would try and run forward, and I can't jump over the shrooms that well. So I need to jump, block the shroom, try and get close while he's shooting darts at me. And it was a struggle.
It definitely, with a character like Darius, it can be a struggle. But that's okay because I'm working on some counterplay for Teemo that I'll be able to share with you very shortly.
Okay.
I just picked up Warwick, so I've been playing Yasuo and Warwick, so I have counterplay or like things to do as my team or as Warwick or as Yasuo, but there's things I have to figure out as Darius, which I haven't really figured out just yet, but I do know a couple things I could give you. I think there's one thing I can tell you for sure that definitely does work. So I'm gonna try it right now. I'll just put in Teemo. So one thing that Teemos will be doing is they'll be like throwing out these mushrooms, right? Yeah. So just so you know how mushrooms work is that so I'll set the mushroom down. Just try to like just run and jump over it. Yep. So it's like a proximity kind of box where like if the player enters the mushroom proximity, then the mushroom would then be activated and pop. So whenever you activate the mushroom proximity, you can walk over and parry it actually. So if you're just like over it, yep, it's actually not very hard to do. You also can jump into it and parry it. So like if you just jump, land, and tap parry, it's pretty much auto time. You actually don't even have to think about it. Yeah, you can kind of just parry it, almost for free. Another thing to note is that Darius actually has a decent time reacting to your opponent doing anything. So like if Teemo's doing something like this, a lot of Teemos like to just jump around and fly and stuff like that. If you see something like this and you just pop your S2 super with Darius, you can kind of just kill him for doing this. Like if I'm flying over here, you just press the S2 super. Yeah, that was a bit slightly too far, but you can see it goes very far to where like if I'm just playing the Teemo player and I just want to like, I'm throwing mushrooms, right? I'm trying to be annoying, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fly, and you're just like, oh no, you're not, and then you can hit me, right? But it's not like foolproof counterplay by any means, but these are like things off the top of my head that I know would work, especially if a Teemo is like flying and then they're trying to like shoot darts. Yeah, right there you got hit.
Oh, you can hit me out of it, huh?
Yeah, that super is not invulnerable by any means, so you have to be properly spaced when you're doing it. Like if you're like back there, yeah, that will work.
Oh, there's a bit of a
it looks like the hitbox is getting extended a bit. Oh, maybe Teemo's broken. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe Teemo's broken. One sec. That one's probably gonna whiff, yeah. But it's something that I also have to try to lab a bit versus Teemo, because this is a character that I'm also still getting used to fighting.
Okay. Right now I don't have a great overhead, so like I go for a low if it connects, you know. Combo
you
time.
do a combo.
If it's medium, it's combo time. But for overhead, I do this thing where it's like, well, I don't know overhead from ground, so I'm gonna jump and try and hit them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So overhead for Darius from the grounded overhead would be his down forward S2. So this would be it's technically called 3M, but it's just down, forward, and then you press S2, or sorry, not S2, sorry, down, forward, and medium. Forgive me.
Oh.
Yeah, that is your overhead attack. You can only combo off of this with either an assist. So like right here, I'm gonna do it and I'll call my assist. Well,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, that's okay. You can call an assist, then you can get a combo. That would work. But if you would be playing in duos, that could be a bit hard to coordinate.
Yeah.
So a way that you can combo off of this yourself is if you just go for super after. So you can literally just do overhead into any of the 3 supers. You can do overhead into S1 super, you can do overhead S2 super, or you can do overhead into level 3 if you do have the meteor and you're trying to get a quick like cheesy kill.
That's not a lot of options. And I feel like at my elo, so I would have to work with my teammate and say, hey, if you ever see me land this, go ahead and press assist right away.
I don't think it's, well, it could be possible to react to it, but it depends on the assist that is being played. So some assists are faster than others. So a Teemo assist, for example, like if I'm like, oh, my teammate, if they wanted to react to my overhead hitting and call assist, you can do that, right? Like,
yeah.
Almost you can do it. You kind of got to be slightly preemptive, but I think as a Darius player, you can be like, hey, I'm going to try to go for the overhead. But that could be hard as well, because I think sometimes overheads are just like, you kind of just stumble upon it. It's like, oh, I think I can hit this guy with the overhead right now. It's not easy to voice it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So I think you're probably just better off opting strictly to go for super. You can hit confirm this, by the way. That's something also I'll give you for a bit of homework, is to try to hit confirm. But you can hit confirm it. So I like, if at random intervals you want to just decide to stand block just to see if I'm hit confirming it, you could try to do that. Right there, I didn't hit confirm it, right? I got it wrong. Right there, I did hit confirm it, right? So it is possible to hit confirm. It's just a matter of like you as the player being able to realize like, oh, hey, they got hit. Go for my super.
Yeah. Is that my best overhead option then?
This would be your best overhead option. That is like, the thing about overheads in any fighting game is that they're typically on the cusp of reactions or reaction. Yeah, I guess the cusp of human reactions. So this is 25 frames. So this should be decently reactable to anybody like looking for it. Especially like someone that plays the game or fights against your character enough to be like, okay, Darius is at the range for the overhead, he can go for the overhead, right? Yeah, so you react to it just fine. But also it is decently, it's kind of safe. Like some characters can punish it if you're like not spaced properly, but it also goes decently far as well. So if you just want to see how far it kind of goes decently far. Like even like back here it'll hit. So it's important to just, it is your best overhead option if you're trying to just go for a quick overhead. But you have other overheads, like obviously we have apprehend, nice parry. You have okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You have apprehend into this overhead. Now this one is, it's not whether it's reactable or not. This is quite literally a guess. Like once they see apprehend, they understand that like, okay, next is either overhead, bleed, or throw. So now they're just going to be doing something. Whereas a situation like where they're just holding down back, trying to just survive the onslaught, you just kind of pull up on them and just throw out the overhead. You can definitely just get the hit.
So when I do an apprehend, what are the options? Is it just jump or block?
For your opponent?
Yeah.
Well, it kind of is like a rock paper scissors almost. So as the person blocking the apprehend, they're thinking like, okay, Darius can either go for the overhead, which you can parry this, by the way. Yeah, but yeah, the parry loses the grab. It's kind of like whatever decision your opponent tries to make, you have something that can like kind of beat it. So if you're like, if you're blocking apprehend in this case, I just want to just sit there and block it. I could do overhead and then you'd be safe. And then I'm like, okay, this guy's blocking, I'm gonna grab him, right? Grab beats block. And you're like, okay, this guy's grabbing me, I'm gonna jump. And then I do apprehend and I do overhead beats jump, right? And you're like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do against apprehend? I don't really want to like play these games with apprehend. You could just decide to do, as Darius the attacker, I'm saying, But instead of like trying to play the mind game of like, does this guy think I'm gonna grab or do the overhead, I'm just gonna do the bleed because I want my bleed, right? You could also just opt to do that.
I feel like most people at my elo right now won't jump because it's kind of it's not really obvious what's happening to them.
I think players at all elos kind of like, if they end up getting hit by apprehend, people are typically okay with just getting hit with the grab.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that it's like the least amount of reward that he can get. Fighting game players typically let risk reward, or some of them let risk reward dictate their decision making. So if I'm a Darius or whatever, anybody that I'm playing against, if I have 80% health available to me, I'm okay with letting Darius grab me because I have a decent chunk of health to deal with, even if this does a bit of like 30% or 40% of damage, right? But if I let Darius instead get the overhead, this is a bit different because now instead of the 30 or the 40% that I would have taken, I took 50, right? Or 60 if he decided to do super. So it's like, okay, some players are thinking about that, some players are not. But again, it just depends on who you're playing against.
If I ever land a dry upper hand headbutt, what's the follow-up?
Oh, nice. You can do the route that I showed. Yeah, the kind of the ender that I showed you before. Pretty much the same thing. So it'd be apprehend overhead, walk up into your bleed, ABC into this, into super.
That's 2 dashes in that combo.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess I should be a little bit more. I should explain a little bit more. No, I only did 1 dash here. So after the headbutt, I just 1 dash. So it's kind of like a run. I didn't even really just like dash. I just ran. But you can do like a slight dash into it. That works as well. So if you want, we can just break this up into pieces. So it'd be headbutt, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so it'd be like medium, heavy, forward, S2, S2. So our 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would be our ender. If you want to try it out for yourself.
Does anything change if you're not at the wall after all of that?
Oh, so like if you're like here instead?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Well, it could change because you could do instead. You could do something different. You could do. See, would that work? I guess what could you do? Yeah, you could do that instead, and then you can go for whatever you wanted after. But it would be headbutt into instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be headbutt into 1, 2, 3. But you would just be doing launch instead. So this is a bit of a different route. So it'd be medium 2H. So headbutt into medium 2H into apprehend. So medium 2H. Oh, sorry, I dropped it. Medium 2H. Oh, that's not 2H. Medium 2H. That whiff. And then you do heavy, forward heavy into apprehend ender, which is the ender that we've been doing for a majority of our combos.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, sorry.
So it's
Oh, sorry. Did you want to be in the corner for this one?
Yeah.
This is not a situation. This is not a situation that would come about very often, but I guess it is still something that you should try to. Honestly, I wouldn't even recommend labbing this or trying to do this very often because it would probably fuck up your muscle memory.
So it's a dash and then straight medium, huh?
I'm sorry, you said it again?
Yeah, I'll practice this later.
Yeah, that could be something that you could practice later for sure. It's not something that's necessarily important because when you think about like just the structure of like how you're going to be structuring your offense, if you're like mashing out in a situation like this, usually you'd be like, oh, I mashed out. You're not gonna think like, hey, I'm gonna do my apprehend route, right? Like that's never really gonna happen. It would usually be like, I mashed out. Okay, I got my hit. I'll go for this, and I don't have a wall, so I'm gonna just go for super. That's something that could happen. But if you ever do manage to hit apprehend in a situation like this, you just have to be the best. So,
got it. Okay.
nice. So are you familiar? Have you played duos in this game yet?
I played it briefly with Scar, and most of it was me randomly pressing assist and him yelling at me.
Okay, got it. I feel like we went over a lot, so I don't want to overload you too much, but I guess I could do like a quick rundown about how duos works.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll be doing, I'll exit the training, and then you could hop over on the left hand side with me for the duo training. Yeah, I'll just be giving you a quick rundown. You can pick Darius.
Yeah. Do you think? What do you think everyone's gonna go for? Because I feel like double downs, at least when I played, was the most straightforward.
Yeah, double down is relatively straightforward, and I don't think it's any issue going for double down. Something that's very simple and easy to use. But I also think 2x assist is really helpful as well. So I think double down and 2x assist are going to be probably our most played for these the duo environment. Okay. Just for the sake of it, I'll just put double assist.
Okay.
And then I'll choose whoever on the other team. So, in duos, there is a couple things to note. There is a point character and there's an assist. And we are each responsible for different things since we are playing together now. I no longer can call assists. Yeah, perfect. You would be the assist caller if you are the assist. So it is up to you to do 3 things. You would be in charge of our assist calls, which would be forward or back assist. If you want to try to call it now. Yep. That's back assist and forward assist. Nice, perfect.
Oh, I can do 2 things because of the fuse, huh?
Yes, perfect. Yeah, you could do 2. And you could do 2 of the same if you'd like as well. So you could do 2 shoulder charges. You could do 2 apprehends. Whatever it is that you would like, you could do 2 of it. So you would be in charge of our assist calls, and you also would be in charge of. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I think I paused it, and then once I paused it, you just like instant like did.
Yeah.
That was funny. So you also would be in charge of push blocking for our team. So Jinx is gonna come hit us with a block string, and yep, whenever you press tag, you would be in charge of push blocking. That is no longer my job. Since you are the assist, it is up to you. Or since you are my teammate, it is up to you. So try one more time. Nice, solid push block. And then, yeah, also, funnily enough, is that since you have 2 actions, you can push block and then, well, I guess you kind of just did it there. You can push block and then press your assist. I don't know how you did it just a second ago.
Yeah.
I guess that's a bug. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. I'm not really sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I did it the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. That was wild. Yeah, you definitely push block into assist. I was like, whoa, hold on. I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, okay. I guess it's not supposed to be allowed, which is good. I don't think it should be allowed. But anyways. So you would be in charge of push blocking, you would be in charge of calling assists, and the last thing you'd be in charge of is burst. So if we're getting comboed and I'm like, I'm dying, right? Like, and somebody just like really hitting me with the most insane bread and butter combo that you ever seen, that you and I both ever seen, yeah, it would be up to you to kind of stop us from dying. Right? Yeah, perfect. Nice. So those would be the things that you're in charge of, and it's important to do them at the correct times. So that means not bursting too early, where your burst can get baited. it would mean not push blocking too early to where your opponent can call your assist and then you'd be punished for push blocking. So there are some situations where like I might just have Vi do like a block string like this and just push block on like the first button you see. Like as soon as you see her like press anything, just push block. Right. Right. Oh, sorry, I'll try it again. Yeah, I guess I didn't do a good job of recording that. Try that again. Actually, I'll do a better recording now. I'll do a better one. One second. It'll be like. Okay, cool. I guess that's not a better recording. Whatever, but you kind of get the point. You see how you push Vi away and then she can still run up and like hit us or run up and do whatever while you're still up.
Yeah, it's like if I do a push block, that means I'm vulnerable for like a solid second.
Yeah, exactly. It leaves both of us out. So it is important to communicate with your teammate whether you are push blocking or what you're trying to push block, just so you have an understanding of like, okay, I'm push blocking this. Teammate, you have a chance to do something. Like you have a chance to attack back, or you have a chance to maneuver out or do something. It is important that your teammate knows that they're push blocking. But you can kind of react to push block so they can kind of see it, but still it's something important to know.
Like, I mean, communicating, hey, I'm push blocking ahead of time, I think requires me to know
what you're trying to push block. Yeah. So I was just about to get to that. So typically in this game, it is relatively bad to push block jabs because jabs are a quick startup and they have low recovery. So if your opponent does a jab and you push block the jab and they didn't really do much, they just jab, they could just run up and start jabbing you and your partner again. So it's good to avoid push blocking jabs. You typically want to push block later on in the block string. So right now I made Vi do light, medium, heavy. So you just push block, the medium, you could try to push block the medium or you could try to push block the heavy. Yeah, if you push block the medium, that's like best case scenario, because if you commit to the heavy, I could do, here, let's do it again. I could like try to press stab, right? I do stab, and right there I almost got a punish, but I was able to stab, and then I tagged into you, so now you could run up and do something behind me, pressing stab. Gotcha. Same thing if it was vice versa, right? Like I could push block for you, and then you could press a button to get her off of your skin. Here, let's try it. Let's try it the other way around. Yep, you could even do something like sweep. Yep, you can do something like that, and then while you're inputting any of this, you could also tag into me. So it would be good. It would be good to like just be able to like do. Oh, sorry. Yep, perfect. And then you could just tag. Yep, and I could follow up off of that. That was a great use of it. Like as you can see, it's really important to like play with your teammate pretty much in a lot of different situations. So like if we're on the same page, we're like, okay, I'm gonna push block Vi when she does the medium. You try to punish her when she goes for the heavy. Then we could try to like strategize that way. Or if you're like, hey, I think the Vi is, after the medium heavy, she's gonna call assist, so let's wait to push block. I'll just sit there and block this out. Right? And then here I'll push block or something, and then we'll try to make our escape after the assist is gone. If that makes sense, Yeah, right there. This is not a great recording because it's kind of like just gonna sit there and spam light, medium, heavy, and it just, there's better ways to show this, but you kind of get the idea.
Do you have a simple reaction to calling a push block as Darius? Because like you push block there and try and go for this, but I don't know if it's gonna work all the time. Like, is there consistent follow up to a push block?
I see what you mean. Not necessarily, but typically what I like to do with Darius is just do S2 after push block because it's like one of the farthest reaching normals that I have. So like
I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's also good at like getting rid of things that are on the screen. So think of like if you've ever fought Alawi and Alawi has her tentacles on the screen. Yeah, so like that's good for hitting characters, it's good for hitting traps, it's good for hitting, things like that. Just good for everything. And it's good because you could also so I'll call my assist and you could press S2 and then you can tag and then you can press S2 again after you've been tagged out.
Oh.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you the opportunity to be like, okay, well, I'm pressing S2 just so I can get this long range button out, and then I'll tag my teammate in and let my teammate maneuver around while I'm pressing S2 one more time. You know, you kind of give me room to work with there. So that's something that I like to do, almost like not all the time, but still it's something I consistently do with Darius. I'll just kind of press S2, or off of a push block you could press 2M and then S2. So like if Vi is like, okay, light, medium, heavy, and then you just press 2M into S2 just to like cover your bases, like just in case she decides to do. Oh, sorry, I didn't push. I forgot I gotta push. Sorry. I'll do it again. Oh. Yeah, like that's just for somebody that's like closer to you. Like let's say they called an assist there. I guess it would be a better example if I showed you the assist. Right, like right there. Right, so yeah, exactly like that. But you would press standing S2, not crouching S2. Sorry. Yeah, exactly, something like that. Yep. So where you like press a quick enough button to hit the assist before it hit you, but also press a long reaching button after you press the quick button to reach the point character if they try to do something as well. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, so snipe the assist first.
Yeah. Can we push block just light, medium, heavy? I want to see if the S2 just hits
sure.
from this
Yeah.
range.
So do you want me to push block on the medium? Like that?
Yeah.
Yep. S2 will hit. It's not gonna punish, but this would snipe them if they're trying to do anything, like if they're trying to follow up with something.
Yeah. Does Darius have any tools to like hit her off the push block?
Oh, here we'll find out here. So what I'll do is I want you to just block, and then after I push block, don't press anything. Okay. So right there, that is minus 19. This is of course given that I do the proper timing. So right there, that was plus 16. So if to figure this out on your own, whenever you have this question yourself, let's say you're hopping in the lab and you're trying to figure something out, what you would do is then look at the frame advantage and be like, okay, so she is minus 16 there, which means I have 16 frames, or earlier it was plus 19 or minus 19 for her. I had 19 frames to do whatever it is I wanted. So press your 5M, you see 5M as 12 frames. That means that would punish if it would connect. If it's at the proper range and I push block properly, ideally 5M should connect. So let's try that.
Oh.
Right. Nice, you got to punish. You say you got to punish there? You didn't get the punish that time? Right there, you got the punish. You see the punish popped up? So right there, yeah, right there you didn't get the punish. Right there you also didn't get the punish. Nice, right there you did. I believe you got the punish right there. So, yeah, right there you did get the punish. You see it says on the left hand side there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in a situation like this where you'd be like, okay, what can I press to punish this person if I push block this in this situation? You could always just take a look at the frame data, and an easy way to look at it would be like just look at the frame advantage and see that whatever it is that you're plus, like if you're plus 14, that means if you were to hit a button that would be 14 frames or faster, then you would get a punish on your opponent.
Got it.
This does change. It's not consistent always because of the way that push block works in this game. I don't want to confuse you and get too far into it, but there's different timings for when I can push block. So like, just for the sake of it, I'll just whenever I push block, just don't press anything, just so you can see the variance in the frames. Right there, that was plus 12, right? Sorry. And right there, I did it as fast as possible. Right there, that was plus 21. But let's say I did it a little late. Right there, that was only plus 6, right? Like, so this is kind of, it's contingent on your partner being ready to push block a button as soon as they see it come out. So things are not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to get a punish in this situation. You're not always going to be at the correct range to hit whatever button. So it just kind of, again, it just depends on what happens in the game. But just for, you know, I guess for clarity's sake, just understand that like whatever it is that your partner does, and like, or whatever it is the frame meter says, is you just have to take the startup of your attack and just subtract it, or sorry, take that. I don't want to get too confusing, but you just take the frame advantage meter that you see and subtract it from the startup of your attack to tell if you can punish or not.
Maybe I'll just do that as a starter. Like if someone ever push blocks from me.
Yeah, sweep is a good option. How fast is sweep? Or 20 frames? What is it?
Yeah, Yeah, I'm just hoping they don't crouch down.
Oh yeah, that's fine. You could just also hope for that. That's very possible.
Yeah.
Because typically when people get push blocked, they're like, oh, let me backdash and try to get away. So this is something that could hit for sure. But again, sweep after sweep, you won't always get that. So sometimes you would opt for forward S2. Cause remember how I showed you before, you do forward S2 into S2 off the sweep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you can go into the S1 super there to side swap.
Got it. This is getting really complicated, but
yeah. I was gonna
are
say,
people able to combo off a break?
You mean burst?
Like, let's say, yeah. Like, let's say she was beating me up, and then you land your burst on them. Is that a combo?
No. That sends them full screen. Break is intended to send your opponent away from you and put you guys back into a relatively neutral state.
Okay.
This is just like a combo breaker mechanic, and it stops your opponent from just like beating on you, pretty much.
So a lot of these tag assist combos are gonna be really dependent on what my teammate's playing.
Yeah, exactly. It would change depending on your teammate, which is why I think it's important to have structure alone. Like, it's important to understand what you want to do just alone, and then have that teammate just add on to whatever it is that you already can do. I struggle to tell people to play teams because of, you know, I don't want you to pick Darius because Echo is gonna make Darius the best character in the game. I want you to play Darius because you're good with Darius, and then if you're playing Echo with this character, then you'd be able to increase the benefit of Darius, or like, you know, just increase your Darius enjoyment. You know, I think characters should complement each other. I don't think they should play the game for each other.
Got it. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. I think before anything gets too convoluted or too complicated, I think we could leave it there, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no, this is perfect. I have a lot to practice.
Yes, for sure. And I can I'll send you some homework. So I'll send you a couple things that I think you should practice and lab on your own time. And you could always feel free to message me and ask me any questions, or update me with your progress if you're like, hey, like I hit this combo in a game, or like, yo, I'm playing ranked, I'm doing this now, you know, whatever it is. I'd love to see the progress if you would like to keep me in the loop.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for your help. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Feel free to, again, I said, just message me whenever you need anything. And yeah, you have a good rest of your night. You take it easy. I'm probably gonna get some rest now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning for me.
All right, sounds good. Good night, man.
Yeah, take it easy. Have a good night.